Okay, now we're going to talk about boiling onions. This is a secret recipe that's been in my family for a long time. I've shared it with a few people. You're going to love it. This is a boiling onion. Now, this is the hugest thing that I'll ever say to you as far as mistakes that you don't want to make. You don't ever want to confuse these with pearl onions. If you ever use pearl onions, you'll be gagging. My wife's already cooked them. What you do is you buy a bag of, they're called boilers or boiling onions, and you cut off the ends, you peel them, and you boil them until they're soft. Stick a fork through them. And then pay attention, and I'm going to show you what to do. It's a great recipe. Okay, the first thing you want to do is get the deepest pan you have and melt butter in it. Okay? Put a big old glob of butter in there. And you're going to do this, and you're going to heat it up until that butter's melted. Next, you're going to take carrot slices. You just take a carrot peeler and peel some carrots. It really depends on how much you're going to make, but you want to simmer those in the butter. Not long. You basically just stir those around, get the butter hot enough for them to start to simmer. You know, the carrots are really almost more for color than they are for taste, but they're an important ingredient, so don't leave them out. But it does also, one of the things about the color is it gives it that holiday look when mixed with the rest of the ingredients. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to add is baby peas. Okay, so we got petite peas here. You want frozen baby peas. This is what you want. You add those in there. That's one peck. Add those. Okay, so I'm really starting to burn out here, man. It's been a long night. Basically, you got this stuff simmering here, and now you're going to want to add cream of mushroom soup. Cream of mushroom soup. Ooh, look at that. And you just leave it like that and serve it like that. Okay, so really cold where we were storing this in the garage, I guess. So you mix that in, and if that doesn't look like it's enough soup, you always go to your backup here. And you add that until you get it right where you want it. If it looks like there's more substance, that's just the magic of YouTube. I actually added another bag of green frozen peas. So this is about the amount I want. Now you see how thick it's starting to get? It's a little too thick, so here's what we do. A little bit of milk. Whee! That thins it right out. This is going to have to spread evenly over those boiling onions in ideally in a casserole, but you can use those foil pans, which is what I'm going to use. Okay, so now it's thinned out. And the next thing is going to be the most important part, and it's the most tricky. But it makes the whole recipe. Makes it or breaks it. That's still a little bit too thick, so I'm going to add a little bit more milk. I don't want it too soupy, but it's, you know, it's a fine line between too soupy and not soupy enough. That looks a lot better. Now, doesn't that look nice and Christmassy with all the orange and green? Although this is Thanksgiving, but it's very holiday-ish. I'm tired. Okay, here comes the key to this entire recipe here. I don't know if you can see it. It's powdered mustard. Make sure that you're using powdered mustard. Now it sounds weird, but it's the key, and it is the hardest thing to get right because there's only one way to do it, and that's taste. So make sure you don't have herpes simplex 7 on your lip when you're doing this. So you're going to add some powdered mustard. And I've been doing it for a while, so I kind of know where to start, but it's not something that you can really tell somebody. You know, you got to kind of just keep doing it until you taste it. Now this is the part you got to pay attention to. You want to add enough. If you add too much, it's going to be just too mustardy. If you don't add enough, and I mean if you add 1 grain too little, it's like it's not even there. So it doesn't do it. It doesn't do its job. You want to make it so that there's a little bite, a little spicy bite to the mixture, and that ain't it. So we add more. Remember, if you add too much, you can't really unring the bell. You got to kind of, then you got to add more peas and more soup. I've gone down that road before too, where it becomes a balancing act, and I don't know, I feel like I'm so tired of not making much sense. So let's just see where we're at. Nope, I don't have that bite yet. I'm looking for that bite. I'll know it when it tastes just right. I'm a singing song singing cook from Virginia, yeah. Look at me go, look at me stir. Listen to the song, makes a kitten purr. I'm the singing song singing song cook from Virginia. Oh God, things are getting bad. Man, we are close. We're so close. It's like loading bullets, man. Too much gunpowder, and they could explode on you. Not enough, bullet doesn't get anywhere. Too lot of gum. Shut up. Okay, I'm delirious. Man, I'm so close now. That one extra sprinkle could screw up the whole recipe. Yeah. I think that's going to do it. Make sure you stir it up good though, or you're not going to be getting an accurate taste. Okay, so like I said, you can use a casserole, or in this case I just doubled up a couple of these. And I got my boiling onions laid out. It doesn't have to be in any particular way, you just want to make sure you cover them. And I've got a lot of the soupy stuff here, so woohoo, I'm making a mess. I dump that on there, on the one, and then I dump this one on the other. Hopefully I got enough to cover. I've had every disaster known to man where sometimes I didn't have enough of one thing or the other, and it was not a fun thing to try to work out. So it looks like we did okay here. And what we do is, we just, like I said, we want to cover here. Now this one's got less, but this one I can steal from this one. And again, I'm making food for a lot of people. You guys, you know, if it was a small family, I would just be happy with just one of these. So, you know, it's Thanksgiving. Better to have too much than not enough. Leftovers are a part of the holiday. So then we got that, and then what we're going to do is cover it up with foil, and we're going to bake them at 350 for about, I don't know, I'll check them in an hour to see if they're done. It should be done in an hour. check back in an hour.
Man, I just feel good. Just good.